The amount of time it takes me to set this damn little tripod up and then stare at the camera until I have the courage to hit record. I waste so much time. Just such a pussy. Point is, there's a lot going on right now, and I had kind of setting up a thought. I see people posting on social media how they feel about their feeling of that moment. I don't even think that, when I read people's posts, I don't judge them and think that, they're losing their mind or they're this or they're that. I think it's just, they have Facebook and Twitter and all the social media. It gives us a quick outlet to release an emotion for that particular moment in time. It's not always full. It's very rarely full. The accuracy, is in the eye of whoever's looking at it. You feel how you want to feel about any particular thing you're reading or seeing. And the point of that, like I said, just that alone is what I'm saying. That it's just that emotion of that moment. They're not always full, and that's not to say that they're not full, but I assume they're not. Basically, because I think of myself and the things that I will put on social media. And even now lately, I put a little, like almost a disclaimer at the beginning of all my posts now. I can't think of what it is, but it's something to the effect of, not all my thoughts are something, but not all my thoughts are everything, but they all add up to something. And I think that's kind of I think that's something that maybe more people should put on their posts, because I hope they're not everything. Everything people that I'm reading out there is not everything, because some people are looking in a way that I didn't think they previously were, and it's making me wonder about my phone contacts a little bit. But it's neither here nor there. I say that to only say this. I was doing some reading last night, and I actually sent a post out to a friend, and I said, should I put this out there? And she was like, heck yeah, do it. But I was concerned about it because I didn't want it to come off. This thing's driving me nuts. I didn't want it to come off to minimize anyone else's feelings on anything else going on. And there's a lot going on, and it's all, I do feel a good deal of it is attached to other things. So here was the thought to get to it. I was listening to an Aubrey Marcus podcast years ago. It just kind of hit me again yesterday, and he referenced the line. I think it was kind of a plagiarized line from another quote that he kind of put his own spin on it, and it said, "You are a drop taken from the ocean that the ocean forgot." Let me make sure I said that right. I want to think it through. I don't want to edit this. You are a drop taken from the ocean that the ocean forgot. That was definitely it. Pick my big face up a touch. You're a drop taken from the ocean that the ocean forgot. And to me, I heard it and it popped in my head yesterday after not thinking about it for years. To me, it's about perspective of time, perspective of life, and our shared journey that we're here for. And it made me really, actually made me really depressed to think about everything going on right now, where I think that if more people had that idea in their head that Aubrey said, you are a drop taken from the ocean that the ocean forgot. To me, what that means is you are forgotten already. We're already here. We're already gone. I was watching, I remember that Neil deGrasse Tyson show Cosmos that was on a few years back. And there was an episode that he was talking about time and the history of the universe and all that. And he put it in the perspective of a calendar year. And I think the way they detailed it was that, in the grand scape of a calendar year, humans didn't show up until like 12:58 on New Year's Eve. And that was the perspective of how much already happened before any proof that humans were here. And it's like, think about it, again, 12:50 of New Year's Eve, 12:58, like at the very last moment we got here. And so all of our history that we think is so grand and deep and, thousands of years and all that is really just 2 seconds in comparison to the rest of everything that's already gone on in the universe. And I kind of think about that again, back to you are a drop of water taken from the ocean that the ocean forgot. It's very similar idea of just how. And again, I was really I didn't post it. I wanted to talk it out because it doesn't mean that the things we're going through aren't important. Because you could look at this two sides. One is the drop of ocean, and one is that we are everything because we're all we know. So I do understand that where we are here now, like this is the whole world. because it's the only world we can agree that we know right now. Like, if that makes sense the way I said that. So it is everything. It is the most important thing. Like, what we're trying to do is the most important thing. But I think if we also can step back and pause on the fact that, just really breathe it out, and that we are going to be gone in a blink in comparison to everything that will happen after we're gone. We will not be remembered. We will be gone. We're just a blink. We're just, that, again, it's weird to say it like that. And this is why I wanted my voice to be heard and not just read, because context and in text can be screwed up. Conversations are always better. Hearing the voice and seeing a face is always better than just reading a screen. Maybe that's something other people should think about doing, and not just posting their stuff without some context to it. Again, I don't want to lose track, but give that some thought of, we're getting all worked up, and there's things to be worked up about. I feel like, it's like a rally. You just want to keep, or a volley. You just want to keep banging that, ping pong ball back and forth with all these things. But I think we always have to maintain perspective. And if anything, to me, it made me angry that why can't we get things right? When knowing that our time is so limited and we are so small. Why can't we figure it out? Why can't we get it right? Why have we been battling these things for so long? Like, why are humans so hesitant to change and to communicate better and just keep fucking things up? I mean, really, we have made so many errors, and to me, it's not difficult to look back and go, that was a fucking mistake. And you see things happening now and you go, what the hell is that? Like, you see the game, like, if anything's gone on in the past 12 months, it's that the curtains are up, the lights are on, and we now know a lot. And it's like, all right, that's enough of the show, enough of the acting, enough of the characters. Let's just make it right and get down to it and get better moving forward. And I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that complicated. The complications are the unwillingness to change and to communicate and to grow and to be real people and not just machines. So that was kind of all my thoughts that I had when I had that one yesterday about the drop in the ocean, and that one, it stuck with me for a while. And even on my run today, I was, the things that we do, it's so important, because we are our own world, or our atmosphere is our own world, and it kind of blows out from there about everything that's so important to us. But man, when it's all over, there's gonna be things that move the needle for sure. Yeah, we're gonna do things that are important for our kids, and that's not, again, that kind of goes into our world part. That's not to minimize any of that, but just, the planet's gonna go on for another 2,000, 4,000, 10,000 years. Who the hell knows? I don't, probably just said something crazy, totally out my ass. But you get my point. Like, damn, man, I'm 43. Let's say 80's it. Someone do the math for me. However many years left. Spit all over the place. However many years left. Like, that's not shit at all. Again, the comparison of it is like, that's nothing, but it's my everything. So that's why you can't. That's the volley of what's important, what's not important, and all that. I just feel we need to all. I feel like the planet needs to just take a step back and give it one big exhale together, and just, all right, let's all take a seat. Let's rewrite some ideas here. Let's talk all these things out, because it's just absolutely impossible that we can't get to some better answers here with just a little perspective and some more communication and love and empathy and all the things that a lot of people seem to know. Just we're having trouble pushing up the ladder to some of these leaders to help make it happen, because it just seems funny. And I didn't mean this to be anything political or any of that at all. It's hard to not talk about one thing without talking about another, because so many of these issues overlap, and you can't talk about. It's hard to not talk about the full circle at once. It's hard to keep it on a topic without bouncing, through 5 other topics. So I apologize for rambling on for 9.5 minutes. So I'll cut it off now. But I hope that quote is helpful to somebody.